Hey everybody, MGTOW here, obviously. And this is kind of a follow-up. And I guess I have to talk about a video that I've recently done, as well as some stuff that's going to seem like it's totally unrelated, but it's all going to come together, so just hang with it for just a few minutes. This will be short. I recently did a video making fun of, I think, a feminist. And this feminist, Jenny McMuffin or something, did a kind of a troll video about 10 reasons why to have sex with male feminists, like supposedly addressing other feminists, women, and saying, here's some 10 reasons why you guys, girls, should have sex with male feminists, although she used the term mangina, which was a pretty obvious signal that the whole thing was an exercise in trolling and mockery of the male feminists, and I guess MRAs too, like, haha, we're gonna give sex to these losers, and not you, haha, right? So I did a response video, and I figured if she's trolling, I could troll her right back. And I took her 10 points and I turned them all upside down, and I gave my reasons why to not have sex with Jenny McMuffin. And then I added 2 more reasons. Anyway, that's just... It's just like a little fun video, and I didn't really think much of it. And then something more interesting than all of that happened in the comments. But most people won't recognize how interesting it is until I give you all this additional context. So buckle up. I believe that human beings in society, in every society, in Western society, Eastern, everybody requires, really has a need for kind of a validation, not just that their friends slap them on the back and go, I like you, and not just that they get a raise at work, or just that some girl wants to date them. It's that everybody needs to believe they have some sort of sense of worthiness, that they are a person or a thing of esteem, not just by itself, but in the framework of a larger story. That everybody needs to be seen as a valued or esteemed or worthy character in this narrative structure, in a world of meaning. And I think religion, when we had a religious society, when a much more religious society than we do now, provided an external to the person framework for granting that sense of worthiness. Now, you would probably have used terms like you have a state of grace with your God, or you are saved, or you are one with the God or with the Jesus or something like that, through doing acts of faith or acts of work. But this was a sense of permanence and worthiness and esteem, not just of yourself, but in this larger framework of meaning. And now that in 2015 we live in a largely secular society, we don't have that particular psychological need for this permanence and esteem and worthiness in this narrative framework. Whatever story you're a part of is certainly not being filled for most people by religion anymore, but that is still a human need that everybody has, although most people don't recognize it as such. And so what we have now is that need being filled by an alternate framework, and I'm going to say I think that the alternate framework is women. Women have sort of taken over as the granters of esteem and worthiness, not just that some girl wants to date you, but that you are now seen as a person of value in the framework of the narrative of your life story, or of the society that you're a part of, or the culture that you're a part of. And so women, in their ability to grant access to sex or to deny it, and really what we have to admit that in modern sexual life of any adult, men are the seekers and women are the selectors in sex, and women's power is in being able to say, no, you don't get sex. And in doing so, they're filling a role that was previously filled societally by large organized religion, by this larger story that was external to the person. But now women are sort of elevated to this position of semi-godhood, in the sense of granting this permanence and validation for individuals to be esteemed, worthy people in the story of their lives or their culture. Now, what is all this to do with my little trolling back and forth with the feminist troll Jenny McMuffin? Well, her video was a taunting video, calling male feminists manginas and telling, MRAs, well, I'm not going to have sex with you, I'm going to have sex with the losers over here. And so I did a little troll back to her saying, well, here's 10 reasons why not to have sex with Jenny. The really fascinating thing that revealed itself in that comments thread was that she came in and, among other things, tried to flip the script around in a comment saying, please, please don't have sex with me, saying that to me in the comments thread of my video, which was a very irrational thing to say when you realize that the video was why to not have sex with Jenny, why I don't want it. And a lot of the other commenters were calling her all kinds of names, including, a transvestite, which I thought was a little bit unkind. Nobody can, really affect how they look. I'm certainly not Brad Pitt. But more telling, what people were calling her a reptile in a woman costume. And the funny thing is that I think Jenny McMuffin, or whatever her name is, was deliberately and purposefully making herself a monstrous, repellent, repugnant, nasty person because she was playing that off of her blondness and being in somewhat physical good shape for her age, saying, oh, I'm sexy, but I'm also a nasty, repellent person, and I'm going to deny you sex. Well, then in a video which says, no, we don't want to have sex with you, and here's 10 reasons why, well, 12, she turns around and has to, as a woman, reverse it so that she goes back to being the gatekeeper of sex. Don't have sex with me! I'm saying no to you! Well, the context of that video is that nobody in that thread, and certainly not the video producer, wants to, A, have sex with her, or have dinner, or be in a room, or in the same city. But what's revealing isn't just that she was playing this trolling game, but that she had a moment of panic. That her psychological power to confer worthiness vanished as soon as people were saying, this is now a video about why to avoid having sex with Jenny McMuffin. That's the most interesting thing that I've seen on YouTube or anywhere on the net in the last week.